Hello and welcome to another rundown where we look ahead to the weekend's fixtures and look back at the week of news. So it's been a very busy week of footballing news, so let's jump straight into it. So start off the week, obviously we had the Champions League semi-final between Arsenal and Wolfsburg, and since that game Arsenal have confirmed that defender Laura Wienreuther has torn her ACL and is now the fourth player this season to join Leo Williamson, Beth Mead and Vivian Miedema to have done their ACL this season, and obviously she will undergo surgery soon and will obviously be missing now for an extended period of time, so we're wishing Laura all the best in her recovery. This week saw the inaugural Women's Nations League draw took place, so some very interesting games to look forward to. The games for that will take place in the autumn post World Cup, so around September, late September will be the first set of match days. If you want to keep up to date with how the groups look, make sure you head over to our website wftalk.com for all the latest on there. And we have had one midweek WSL match between Chelsea and Liverpool, and Chelsea managed to come back from a goal down to win 2-1 thanks to a late goal from Sam Kerr in the 86th minute, and what a fantastic goal it was. Unlucky from Jessie Fleming initially, and then Sam Kerr does the rest to give Chelsea the goal and then the 3 points. So now let's have a look ahead to this weekend's games in the WSL and across the leagues. So there is one game tonight in the WSL as Arsenal play Leicester City. Obviously Arsenal, with them injuries now to this squad, is going to be a very depleted squad already on the bench, so it's going to be interesting to see how Jonas Alderweireld gets that team looking. Obviously he'll be able to have Gio Queiroz and Jodie Taylor available for this after they're not being registered for the Champions League tie against Wolfsburg, so I would imagine Gio will probably come into the starting 11, and then Jodie Taylor will probably be on the bench for them. Obviously Leicester City trying to get that escape and move away from the relegation zone, obviously after picking up back-to-back wins now. The side are currently in 10th place, so things are looking on the up for Willie Kirk's side. Then the rest of the games take place on Sunday, so you have Manchester United versus Tottenham. Obviously Man United are trying to keep their brilliant season going, and we'll be hoping that they don't drop any more points and can remain top of the table. Elsewhere we have Reading versus Aston Villa. Reading desperately in need of points now, trying to get out of the team being relegated, because as it stands they are in 12th place, so they need to pick up as many wins as possible, but coming up against arguably one of the best sides outside of the top four, if not the best side outside the top four, then it's going to be a very, very hard task for Kelly Chambers' side. We have Liverpool versus Manchester City, Brighton and Hove Albion versus West Ham, and then the evening game in the WSL is Chelsea versus Everton. Obviously Chelsea still have games in hands over the top two Manchester clubs and are looking a lot better, obviously after picking up that midweek win, and if they win and Manchester City drop points, then they will go above Manchester City in that respect the table this weekend. Right, let's head over to the European leagues, and it's a big final day in the Netherlands on Sunday where the title will be decided between FC20 and Ajax. FC20 they play at home against Feyenoord, whilst Ajax they travel to Pexwolle. Victory for Ajax will crown them champions, and FC20 know they have to win or hope Ajax draw for them to be crowned champions of the Eredivisie this season, so there's obviously that to play for. The other two big leagues that have already crowned their champions are Spain and Italy, so let's have a look in the Spanish league this weekend. We have one game tonight as Sevilla host Real Madrid, then Atletico Madrid they play against Levante Las Palmas tomorrow. Barcelona they play the evening game tomorrow against Real Sociedad, and then the rest of the games taking place on Sunday, including Levante versus Valencia. Over in Italy, and like I said, obviously AS Roma have already wrapped up their title, winning it last weekend, so you got Sassuolo versus Parma, Juve versus Inter Milan taking place tomorrow, with the two of the games taking place on Sunday, Como versus Sampdoria and Fiorentina versus AC Milan for this weekend's games there. Over in the French league this weekend, and obviously it's still a race at the top for the title there. Lyon, they travel to Dijon tomorrow afternoon, whilst Paris Saint-Germain don't play until Sunday in the Paris derby against Paris FC. And finally, over in the Frauen-Bundesliga, it's obviously still all to play for in terms of the title between Bayern Munich and VfL Wolfsburg. Bayern Munich, they travel to SGS Essen tomorrow afternoon, whilst Wolfsburg don't play until Sunday lunchtime when they take on FC Cologne. So it's still all to play for in the Frauen-Bundesliga and Ligue 1, but this weekend we'll see the end of the title race in the Netherlands and who will be crowned champions there. So that is all the fixtures to look forward to this weekend across the leagues. The other big news we've had this week, Frank Kirby's injury on her knee. She's had surgery since the Chelsea put out the statement, and she will obviously miss the rest of the season and will miss the World Cup this summer. So another big blow for the Lionesses and another blow for Frank Kirby's career, who has been blighted by really bad injuries recently, so hoping she makes a full recovery. Manchester United announced the signing of Evie Rabjon. The 18-year-old joins from Aston Villa. She won't play for the rest of this season, but she'll be training amongst the first team squad, and then she'll be integrated into possible matchday selection from next season. Manchester City have announced former Switzerland and Denmark manager Niels Nielsen as the new director of football at the club. He'll be working alongside Jill Scott for the women's side of things. And finally, SK Brann have announced the departure of Olli Harder. This comes after the Norwegian side lost 2-1 on Tuesday to Arne Bjorna. So Olli Harder is again looking for a job, and maybe he will come back to England from next season. But in the meantime, make sure you like and subscribe and turn on the post notification bell so you never miss a video of ours, and that you're following us on Twitter and Instagram for all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. In the meantime, we'll see you soon.